Well, what I would like you to do, seriously, you'll get an email from Peter, open it up and look at medical emergencies. Right? There's no big secret there, you know, in terms of recognizing an emergency. One of the things I do talk about when we're running out of time is first aid. How many people are first aid certified? Not enough. I used to poo-poo first aid. Wow, you've got the fire department here, you've got the ambulance here, you know, what do you need to do first aid for? Well, I tell you, where I changed when I was reading an account of the bombing of the London subway system several years ago. There were people on that subway who were very, very badly injured. And there was numerous people on that train that were first aid certified. And they saved upwards of 12 lives with basic first aid. Because of the situation, the emergency services couldn't get there. In fact, it took them 45 minutes to get to the first car that was bombed. It's a long time if you've lost your leg or an arm. So I think it's a real good thing to get yourself certified. It's not a difficult process. I don't think it's expensive. It's sort of time consuming. I know we're all living in these hyper speed times. But just looking after your family as well. It's a real important thing. Yeah.
Can you talk about, I know we have the defibrillators and who, you know, the security is all trained. Isn't there some kind of room that you're really sick or you can't stand your students, you can go lie down for a while?
It's an ongoing debate, I'll be honest with you. To find all of the criteria that a first aid room needs, it's difficult here. We have the ability to respond quickly, complete first aid packs. We've got the defibrillators, as you know. The debates really are more about what if somebody gets sick or injures themselves and doesn't want the ambulance to come. You know, what we do is we call the ambulance. If the so-called victim, or whatever you like to call them, decides they're not going to avail themselves of that, then they have to tell the EMS people themselves. It's a tough call. There's a lot of people who are very reluctant to waste time going to the hospital. You know, you're looking at a 6-hour wait to have somebody see you, things like that. We are in the process, or rather Patricia's in the process, of speccing out a first aid room. We had the most perfect one downstairs until somebody tried to wheel a wheelchair in. Bonk! It wouldn't work, which sort of defeats the purpose. Right? Okay, generally speaking, that's about it. I urge you, before you leave today, to, when you get back to your workplace, is to find your hidey hole, if you would please. Don't forget about it. Hopefully we never, ever, ever have to use it. But one day we might. And the other thing I want you to do, when you receive the link from Peter, is to review and absorb the Virtual Security Office. And if you have any questions, feel free to call Yehuda. Or go down and talk to him if you like. I'm happy to deal with any individual requirements. The other thing that's always worth mentioning is if there are people in difficult personal circumstances, it's such a difficult thing to talk about domestic violence if it affects you. But if there is anybody in here that's in a situation like that, then just to confirm, we are willing, ready and obliged to help you with those types of terrible situations.